Section 3. Responding to harassment, bullying, and workplace violence. This section includes individual response to harassment or bullying, typical symptoms, nurse's response. How you experience bullying and harassment is unique to you as an individual and not necessarily the result of what had been intended. It is up to you to decide if you are being bullied or harassed because you find the behavior unacceptable. Individuals who are being bullied display a range of symptoms. It is important to recognize and determine if you are experiencing any of the following symptoms: sleeplessness, loss of appetite, loss of confidence, self-doubt, excessive double-checking of all actions, inability to relax, inability to switch off from work. Nurses respond to violence in many ways. Individual responses can depend on the nurse's personal values, physical environment, cultural and professional expectations, and personality. Some nurses respond in a non-existent, denial, or passive way, accepting that it's just part of the job, while others may be very active. Example, verbally confronting the perpetrator or even pressing charges against them. What is important is that colleagues and employers support nurses who have been the victim of abuse. It is also important that RPNs understand their own perceptions of abuse and their individual response to abuse. Dealing with bullying and harassment. There are several different approaches for dealing with bullying and harassment. The most appropriate approach for you depends on what you are most comfortable with and your specific circumstances. But before you make a decision, it is important for you to think about the different feelings you are experiencing. Some people feel self-doubt and anxiety. Others lose confidence and self-esteem. Confusion about your self-worth may make it difficult to recognize what is happening to you, feeling strong enough to take action, or knowing what action to take. The International Council of Nurses has identified typical responses to violence in the workplace, stating that once violence occurs, treatment of injuries, if required, takes precedence. However, whether or not in need of treatment, nursing personnel tend to choose among the following responses. Avoidance. This may involve avoidance of the problem or avoidance of the perpetrator of violence. The outcome of this response is interference with the performance of duties becomes apparent and no resolution to the problem is possible. Denial. Frequently, traumatic events are suppressed. The outcome of this response is no resolution of the problem is possible and maladaptive behaviors may appear. Discussion. The incident is informally discussed with team members, family, and/or friends. Reporting. Only 1/5 of cases are estimated to be officially reported. There are many possible reasons for this, including fear that they will not be believed, their case will not be dealt with sensitively, they will appear weak, nothing will be achieved, similar complaints have failed, the situation will only be made worse. Until you do something about it, it is unlikely that the bully or harasser will stop. 2 actions are counseling. The positive impact of counseling has been confirmed for both the victims of the violence and persons indirectly involved in the incident. Prosecution. Although nurses are not legally required to tolerate abusive behavior, prosecuting offenders is rare.